Greetings, Montizer here, and in this video I'm going to talk about this loadout consisting of the Degreaser, the Manmelter, and the Sharpened Volcano Fragment. This loadout, not the best of loadouts, but let us begin here with what is actually this entire series. This is the first within a series I'm planning, which is sort of an extension to those worst loadout videos that I really enjoyed making and some people seem to have enjoyed watching, so yeah. But I'm not going to focus on bad loadouts, while this one may be that great. The next one I'm planning is actually somewhat good. The only rule I will have for these loadouts that they must not be those really common ones that everyone's or most people know about, like Degreaser, flare gun, or reserve Gun Powerjack, or Minigun, Sandvich gloves running urgently, or, well, you get the idea. There are many that people know about, but we're going to look at various weapons that you generally don't see together. Some people may certainly use them, especially if they're new and simply use whatever. Some they would see what extent. Do they work well? Do they work well together? Do they work against each other? And yeah, are these loadouts any useful? So let's start with this current one. Now, this loadout, at one point it was, actually I did think about whether this would actually be even worse than the one I had in the worst loadout for Pyro, but weapons here, the primary, the Degreaser. It is widely considered the best by many people, and well, you can certainly see why. Well, it does have the downsides of slightly more expensive air blasts. It costs 25 ammo instead of 20, so from full ammo you have 8 air blasts instead of 10. Yay, great difference. That's not really going to matter most of the time unless you're really spamming in the air blast, which you honestly you shouldn't be spamming them, so most of the time not really a big downside. And it also has the downside of afterburn being, well, it's pretty much just a cosmetic thing really with this weapon, dealing absolutely no damage, although they do flinch when they take the very little damage they do take, and they are eligible to receive those guaranteed crits from flare gun or extinguisher. Now, that downside in pubs, it actually matters because to some extent afterburn do matter, but it's not really a big thing, not something you're going to really rely on as a pyro. After all, there are many ways to remove afterburn, and generally you want to kill people before they kill you, but sometimes, well, you can't really kill them in a fight, you need to fall back or they actually manage to kill you. In that case, actually dealing some afterburn damage is a good thing, and that is a downside of the Degreaser, but it does have its upside. Switch speed, and that's a really good upside to have. Just consider a fight with another pyro and you both have the shotgun. So you are range rather than trying to run into each other, trying to kill each other with the flamethrowers. You switch to the shotgun and start shooting at each other, plus you are, well, let's still on mid-range between each other. And let's assume both pyros are just as good. And so the one with the Degreaser, because he switches weapons faster, he will begin shooting faster. So, well, that means he's going to kill the opponent. Because, well, he fires one shot, the other guy fires one shot, and so on and so forth, until the pyro with the Degreaser kills the other pyro. Now, in actual game, it will be slightly more complicated because, well, you're not going to stand still at a certain distance, and there are many other factors, but you get the idea. Speed matters. And it's really handy if you're using certain combo weapons like the flare gun or the extinguisher. In fact, if you are going to use the extinguisher in its current state, you better use the Degreaser. Otherwise it takes way too long to actually get that thing deployed. So yeah, it's really good, and really good for combos. And one thing you may have noticed about the melee weapon here in this loadout, they are not really what you would consider combo weapons. So let's first look at the secondary weapon, Manmelter. It is wonderful little flare gun, has a slightly faster projectile. Say slightly, I really mean slightly, which in theory can make it actually slightly easier to hit enemies at a distance. But yeah, it also has no random crits, which is not really a big thing for flare guns. While it does actually happen, I think, with standard flare gun, it's not very often. It does not require ammo, which again, while the amount of shots within a flare gun is not really that high, due to the rate of fire, even if you are really spamming flares, you are still not going to run out of ammo. So yeah, not really a big thing. What makes it unique is the way it actually gets crits. Now, the standard flare gun, if you hit a burning target, you get a crit. The detonator and scorcher, you get a mini crit in that circumstance. But those are used for other utility. With the Manmelter, the way to get the crits is by using the right click to extinguish teammates. Each time you do that, you will store a crit, which does have an advantage that it can't crit enemy pyros. So that's at least very easily crit pyros. But yeah, the main usage of its ability to extinguish teammates is to, well, if you're using other flamethrowers like the flog, you can't extinguish your teammates with that. So if you want to use the flog while still being somewhat of a team player, well, you do have the Manmelter. It's the reason why they are of the same set. But also, together with the backburner, considering with that one, air blast costs 50 ammo. So yeah, saving ammo and by using this weapon to air blast, that's actually sort of a good thing. Whether or not the Manmelter is really that good of an option with any of those, that's a different matter. But yeah, we are using it together with the Degreaser. So all in all, what do we get from using it together with the Degreaser? Not much. Degreaser, well, as I said, air blasts aren't really that expensive with it, so that's not a big issue. All in all, main use I got from it while using this loadout was, well, long-range spam annoying enemies. And for that, why not use the scorch shot? And if I want to rely on crits and stuff, why not use the flare gun? It's much more reliable. I don't have to rely on there being a pyro on the enemy team that is setting my teammates on fire in convenient situations where I can actually use the Manmelter. In fact, really for it to really be useful, the enemy pyro needs to be using the scorch shot and set a bunch of teammates on fire. Then you may actually store enough crits for it to be useful. But yeah, Manmelter, really the weakest part of this loadout. You see the melee weapon I have, so that's saying something. Really, Manmelter's greatest problem, it's a weapon that is pretty much a support weapon that is best used together with flamethrowers that you want to use when you are pretty much roaming around by yourself and not really extinguishing your teammates all the time. So yeah, that seems to be wonderful. But yeah, let's get to the final weapon here. So for melee weapon, we have the Sharpened Volcano Fragment. Let's go over the good stuff. It looks pretty nice and it sets people on fire. It does damage penalty, so in the end it's not really that useful. And as a pyro, you do have a flamethrower to set people on fire anyway. And before anyone says that, yeah, it's good in medieval mode, well, unfortunately, in medieval mode, when someone dies, they drop a small health pack. A small health pack that will, well, extinguish them. They won't take any more fire damage. Yay! Also, it's not really that great in medieval mode, although the main reason it may seem useful there is because, well, it's not really quite as terrible as some people may make it out to use. I'm getting some use of it. Of course, I'm using it sort of like the extinguisher. I airblast people, set them on fire, I airblast them, and then I smack them with the axe. And, I mainly rely to get a random crit, so I would be just as well off using the stock fire axe. So that doesn't really go too much about this weapon, but it does have the advantage of, well, I kill people with the Sharpened Volcano Fragment. Yay! It does actually have an advantage even when you don't actually crit someone. So if it's a low health class, well, the flame damage you deal with initially with the flamethrower does mean that you are going to take them out with 2 non-crit swings anyway, so the damage penalty is actually not really a big deal there. And it does, well, update or afterburn damage. Well, it's actually going to do some real damage. Yay! That's extremely amazing. Yeah, I'm being a bit sarcastic here, but yeah. In the end, it's fun, but it's not really what you would consider effective. It does have the advantage that it's a melee weapon you can use to easily spy check, although you're better off using your flamethrower and not directing too close to suspicious spies, because they might try to do some fancy trick stab on you if you try to get close. But yeah, it's Volcano Fragment. It's a really good thing about this loadout. And that's not really that's saying something about why this loadout isn't really that great, but yeah, it was actually fun to use. And in the end, how does it stack up with the one I actually used in the worst loadouts for Pyro, which was the Log Panic Attack and Extinguisher? Well, on the upside, we can actually use all the weapons in the loadout, which is something you didn't really could do in that one. And we do have an air blast. And the weapons while they don't really work that well together, they don't work against each other quite the same way. So, yeah. On the other hand, that loadout, it does have the panic attack. Panic attack is a okay shotgun. It doesn't really work that well together with the flog. It can be used, and it does mean that you would actually have some ability to deal some sort of decent damage at mid-range, which you can't really do with this loadout. Then you're better off when it comes to dealing with other pirates, which is something this loadout doesn't really do that well. But in the end, this one has an air blast, and you get to be stabbed by spies, but you can do that regardless of loadout. All you have to do is not really pay attention to your surroundings, and then the spies will stab you in the back. They're sort of known for that. But all in all, this loadout, it was fun, and it was an excuse to actually use the Sharpened Volcano Fragment, so there's that. And, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and that I will see you next time, and that you will enjoy that one as well. So, well, that is going to be pretty much all for me in this time, so bye, and I'll see you next time whenever that be. I recorded this gameplay quite some time ago, and then I, well, didn't really get around to actually start with recording this commentary. Let's hope that it doesn't take quite as long for the next one. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time. Goodbye.